Racing Club.
I'm Brian of Flat Rabbit Racing Club, and this is my track in this first episode of At the Track. And this is Cheddar.
This transmission is coming to you from Flat Rabbit Racing Club.
I can't run cars down the track. He could be upstairs and fly out of nowhere and chase after the cars. Tearing up the track, knocking over buildings, chewing on wire, and fried pussycat. Basically the track started from my son's birthday. He was having a 2-year-old party, and I came up with the idea to have a Hot Wheels theme party. And that evolved into what are we going to do? And I thought, okay, race cars. And ended up, going down the rabbit hole online and came across Redline Derby and started seeing all these people building tracks and stuff. And basically I thought it'd be a cool idea to build a drag track and have a tournament for his party. So all the kids opened up brand new cars and raced, except for Whaley. My son had I had gotten him a car prior, so it was opened, but it was a way too fast FTE, so I knew it was fast. And there were some other FTEs in it too. There was a Chevy Nova, 68 Chevy Nova with FTEs that's actually Glitch's car that we use now until I left it in one of our little burning fires out back and melted the wheels. But anyway, yeah, I need to fix that. I haven't drilled the cars yet, so I might need some help with that. But I've drilled cars, but I haven't been successful putting axles and wheels back in. And I hear it's kind of tricky. Anyway, so it started with that, and we had just a 2-lane drag strip that was on the floor and had a magnetic start gate, plexiglass start gate thing, and started looking into starts and finishes and finding creative ways and to do that. And so I had this 2-lane drag strip down here for he was 2, so like 6 years. So I kind of claimed this area of the basement, even though I could fold it away. It was this wood here, and it was just down on the floor. And so it started with that, and then we, under quarantine or whatever, we started building stuff just out on the floor here. And we built this big desert track, and just grabbing sand and rocks and stuff from outside, and we're kind of just changing it up weekly. Like we just leave that for like a week, and then later on, we'll build it and have another theme. So then we went to like a winter with white sheets everywhere and did that. And at that time, I had basically made some turns. We used, first I had some orange track, and then that evolved into Max tracks, white, those white glow-in-the-dark turns. So that was, it was this basically the same layout as this. And then my son wanted a city vibe for the next one, and I was like, okay. I was looking for something more permanent by that time. I was like, this is just too much work to do for a week and then break it down. So I said, okay, let's do the city thing, but this is obviously a more elaborate. Just trying to make things more interesting each time, like add a jump and add some turns and do this and do that. I think going with the wide track was inspired first off by my son, and I think he just wanted to, see cars have contact. I was interested in them not only passing and overtaking, but changing the lanes.
And yeah, having contact and rubbing paint and stuff that I saw at my local track. They're always bumping and grinding and crashing into each other, and that's fun.
And started looking into, starts and finishes and finding creative ways to do that. And so I had this 2-lane drag strip down here for, he was 2, so like 6 years. So I kind of claimed this area of the basement, even though I could fold it away. It was this wood here, and it was just down on the floor. And so it started with that, and then so we put this track exactly where the drag strip was, and that whole elaborate orange track that I ended up having, and followed pretty much the same thing because I loved that track. I guess inspirations were daughter wanting the desert, my son wanting the city, and trying to come up with, well, the desert vibe had like a Wastelander vibe to begin with, so it was like kind of Mad Max. So I thought, okay, Mad Max meets the city, Blade Runner-ish, all that post-apocalyptic type dystopian cities, cyberpunk, all that were inspirations. I wasn't going for realism either, as far as scale and making everything perfect and looking totally realistic. I wanted more of like an abstract, have fun with the painting and getting sloppy. The newest jump is 14 inches wide and 7 inches high. The old jump was 9 inches wide and like 3 inches high. So quite a big difference. And with the old jump, I had it so dialed that unless you're hugging the guardrail, well, and that happens, but you're hugging the guardrail, and as soon as you let loose in the air, you might veer off or crash into other cars. But it was just dialed to where if you send a single car down the track, 9 out of 10 times, I want it to land, So the same thing happened with the new jump. I was like, just running one car at a time and going, okay, once this is dialed in, then we'll move on to 2 cars. And so I got it totally dialed with one car, so, one car's landing 10 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times. But then 2 cars became a challenge because you only have like, a foot and a half before the jump. So there's a short space where, unless the other car's super fast out of the gate, getting the whole shot, they're going off at the same time, and then there's all sorts of things that can happen in the air and then kind of upon landing, so it's harder. So they might land, 2 cars might land 7 out of 10 times, but it's okay. I'm having fun with it. The basic loose plot is that a meteor struck this city of Westrock, and among other things, it created a scarcity of steel. The rare earth minerals that it takes to make steel were depleted from this, and the mega evil corporation that kind of took over the city of Westrock is now New Westrock, and they are Steel Core Auto Repo. And so basically they want everyone's cars, and Flat Rabbit is a club that won't stop racing, and they're not going to let that stop them, but Steel Core wants their cars. But each episode that I do has a script sometimes that's maybe written, and then I make that happen, or it'll start with like a stunt, as simple as let's have them need to get cars out of the impound, the SCARS impound. So how are they going to get them out? And my son was like, maybe they blow a hole in the side of the wall. So I was like, wow, okay, maybe I can make that happen. I was thinking about having them jump out, somehow. And that's another story. But anyway, or it'll be just like I had Fishhead. His intro was him. I had him jumping. It was like I used some orange track for it, but to have him jump over Key's car, like that was his intro. He comes flying in off the road, and he's like, left lane, left lane.
Get in the left lane, get in the left lane, get in the left lane, left lane, left lane.
That was the intro to Fishhead, and basically, so that stunt decided how I was gonna come up with the rest of the story.
Copy that.
And then I wrote lines and stuff that would fit with his story, and it kind of just evolved from there.
Just doing my best to evade the tech cesspool, you know? Gave me a headache. I keep moving. When I'm racing, I leave it all in the dust.
And, you know, I've done like 14 or so of these, and they've all been kind of different. So there's no like set, there's not a script written that I have to follow. The characters basically have been created in my mind. Comic books, movies, just things from my life that are in my nightmares.
Been a bit of a rocky road for me, but whose isn't these days, am I right?
And then the voices are done by, I do Glitch and Chops and some Scar, and my son's, he's Cross, came from Crossbones, which was from the Wastelander desert track that we had, shortened it to Cross.
Think so. He was smiling, flipping me the bird as I passed him. Over. Hey, Keys, you got eyes on my sub?
Keys is my wife.
What did you get me, a puppy?
Knuckles, my buddy Jason did that.
It's a coat full of pinks. You like it?
A friend in the Diecast community, Maze, helped me out, Mike Maze. He had a car in there, and so I said, hey man, can you shoot me over some audio? And
Alright, follow my tail, rabbits. Time to elevate your game, boys.
we've all been so good at it. And then there's Warwick's character that was introduced here at Flat Rabbit.
You gotta do better than that to beat Max Havoc.
And I think he sensed I wanted to get the lines done, so he told me he was exercising, and I think he thought I was impatient or something, and I swear he delivered his lines while jogging. But he nailed it. JC, my buddy, did Fishhead, and yeah, everybody's just awesome at it. I'm so shocked, like it seems like one take or a couple takes or whatever, but actually they've told me like you should see the other takes I have on my phone. So
Yo, bud. So I'm gonna start recording these lines of dialogue for you, my man. And yeah, okay, cool. Now that was fun. Flat Rabbit Glitch did not disappoint. Thanks for the opportunities, guys. Damn, fucked that up.
actually I don't know about one take.
Sweetheart, Fishhead is my name and speed is my game. I come in peace, and I got 2 questions for you. 1, what's a guy to do? Goddamn.
But I know I was losing my voice trying to do things to change it. I'm talking in empty paper towel tubes and, you know, trying to muffle my voice and just jobs here and just like losing my voice doing it. So I needed some help with some of the other, well, I can't do all these voices anyway by myself, but I've had some help from my friends, which is cool. Yeah, we do most of the shooting here, you know, on the track in the city thus far. But if I need other situations where I want like gone out in the yard and just, you know, brought a board out there and cardboard and rocks and put sand up and, you know, just made that happen in the backyard. Same with the Wasteland one. I had done like a kind of like a factory, big huge jump with Fishhead again and with fire and stuff, and that was in my backyard, and I had the 68 Nova glitch in there and with the fire in the backyard, and all of a sudden I saw him in a pile of ash. I was like, ah, crap. So yeah, thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing and liking and commenting, and all that stuff's been great and makes me feel good and has me, you know, keep going. It's cool to get the feedback and makes me want to keep making more. So thank you very much.